Here's another possible distraction that the doctors might use just to avoid treating me. So, I've started using cream. I don't take any more CBD capsules or CBD gummies. I just use CBD cream. That's CBDV, CBN, CBD, stuff like that. Once in a while, there'll be a Delta 9 in there, but not any time in the last year. There's also other people who like buying my creams as well, and I just custom make them for them. What oil do you want? What CBD do you want? Custom made, sold, and that's how I afford the CBD to go in the medicine in the first place. Now, I had to tell my doctor at the emergency room primary care that I've switched from using CBD capsules to CBD creams. But here's another part. Now, I didn't tell the doctors this because I know how they go into fantasy land sometimes, so it's better not to give them information that will mislead them. I also have benzocaine and lidocaine powder that can be turned into a cream, but I haven't used it. I haven't used it because I want to wait until I feel a little better so I can stand up and wash my hands constantly, get a couple different types of things done. So I have those sitting in a safety jar inside a box, inside a box. But I have it. I have a life supply of lidocaine and benzocaine that won't go bad. And one is foreskin grade. The other one, I'm not so sure, I don't trust it as much, is lab grade. So I'm keeping that as a last resort and doing more research. But it's to be turned into a cream. They haven't been opened, they haven't been used. There was one lidocaine base. I showed my manager, I showed her, this is going to be the lidocaine one, and she liked it. But the only problem is I haven't added the lidocaine yet. All the labels I have for the creams do not have lidocaine. I have one I'm selling to my customers that's icy hot. It has methosilicate, that's just wintergreen oil, and menthol, that's just peppermint oil. That gets put together, that gives you the icy hot feeling, and then that's just added to basic salve ingredients like coconut oil and wax, or jojoba oil, or stuff like that, or even argan oil. So that's one I've sold to some of the that's a manly one. Then I have just a regular CBD one, and then I have one that's CBD right now, but it's eventually, I'm hoping if I get better to turn that into a lidocaine or benzocaine for myself or others, but I think that's out the window. I have 100 grams of each. I have 100 grams of pure lidocaine and 120 grams of pure benzocaine, with none missing, none used yet. But I also do have regular old lidocaine cream bought at Walgreens. So don't forget, I do have the regular Walgreens stuff too. So you could always just use that. But if I get better, these are the type of things that I can think of that are safe and helpful. But I can see my doctor twisting it. Oh, it's all the creams. That's what's hurting him. It's the creams. Case closed. We don't need to look up to it. As soon as Zach stops using the creams, it will go away. So I stop using the creams, and then I get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. It doesn't matter. The creams are new. The creams started in the last 30 days or so, and the injuries started 25 years ago for the seizure, shakes, muscle spasms, numbness. 20 years ago for the stomach issues. Just more and more. And the black urine started last month. The kidney pain started last year lightly. Now it's worse than ever, and every day it seems to be getting worse. And on top of that, we got the GI starting more than a year ago. And there's no drugs involved. We got hundreds of clean drug tests. As much as they try to make it into a drug thing, it's not. It is a drug thing. I got an overdose at age 7. It is drugs, I'm trying to tell you. Yes, I got drugged at age 7. Then I got drugged again and drugged again and drugged again and drugged again and lied about, and doctors gave medication, and I got malpractice because my mother kept on giving false information. It's that simple, and I was trafficked all over the country. That is why I shake and why I have PTSD in hospitals. That is why I have anxiety and PTSD. Now that I've told you that, what can you do to help with the legs, the walking, the black urine, the kidney pain? That's what I'm here for. We can do some drug testing. Okay, let's do that. Okay, I passed the drug testing. Now can we work on my legs? Well, now we got to wait 6 months. Oh, no, my kid needed me, so we're going to have to reschedule for another 6 months. Oh, she's on maternity leave. Oh, she's on vacation. It's just a lot of games. As soon as they want it to be drugs or mental health because it makes their job easy, but it's neither. So, of course, they're not going to get anywhere if they go with that. If they try to treat this as a mental health disorder, they're going to get nowhere and they're going to get their patient killed. If they treat this as a drug issue, again, they're going to get their patient hurt and killed because they're not issuing the proper treatments. If a guy can't walk and he's crawling the fuck against a busy 108 road with cars and stuff, that's dangerous. No doctor should be putting their patient in that much danger to come in the office. That's fucked up that my doctor thinks that that's okay. My doctor thinks it's okay to have her patients crawling on their hands and knees across busy traffic to get in the office. Then not only that, use 2 canes as crutches and have to sit. I literally crawled on the floor to open the doors. I mean, this is so bad. How could a doctor think this is okay? And everybody sees this. They got cameras, my neighbors, my friends, everybody. It's not like it goes away. You can burn me, you can kick me, you can make fun of me, you can do whatever you want to me. It's not going to go away. Physical injuries. If I have a broken leg, making fun of me or giving me mental treatments isn't going to fix my broken leg. You can send me to every therapist and every psychiatrist in the world, and if I have a broken leg, it is not getting fixed by them. And this is the problem. As soon as their job gets hard, they don't want to do it. And I see this a lot in society. I see it from my coworkers, friends. As soon as their job gets hard, they don't want to do it. They want everything to be easy. Just ask God for strength and move on. Stop asking for your guys' lives to be easy. My life has been hard from day one. Day one, I was taken from my mother. I don't care about that. I mean, that's a situation that needs to be fixed with society. We have lots of 15-year-olds getting pregnant who don't get to keep their children. That's a common issue. But that sucks for me. Then I go into an orphanage. Sucks for me. Then I go into foster care. Sucks for me. Then I get a foster mother who adopts me, takes away my medals, starts ODing me, starts doing crazy stuff to me. Sucks for me. Then I get trafficked to another state so I can't get proper medical care. Sucks for me. Then I go to New Mexico and I get thrown around like a rag doll and left out in the woods and get no education for 18 months. Well, actually, for the first 3 months, we did have a teacher there, but she quit after 3 months. For the rest of the time I was there, no classes. Sucks for me. Then we moved to Maine, going past Texas. Sucks for me. I get no education up in the Maine because my mother is just screaming at me at a table, disappearing, so I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to be learning. Sucks for me. Then we move back to Massachusetts into a new house. I go into a new school without the proper skills, education, or any of the tools necessary to do these classes. Sucks for me. My body's failing me. I'm shaking. I'm underweight. I look like I'm about to die from lack of food and nutrition. I'm getting a lot of pills pumped into me. I'm reporting side effects that are severe. I'm brought to emergency rooms for severe headaches. I'm falling down on at fireworks. My whole body is shaking. I'm bumping into things. My shins are bloody. My mother's drinking out of controllably. My mother's acting very inappropriately. On Christmas, she's acting inappropriate for everybody. She's screaming that I'm a dog. She's screaming that everybody in the family needs pills and to be drugged. On Halloween, I'm getting sick and poisoned every Halloween, all the way up to about 13, 14. Sucks for me. Then my mother passes away without fixing any of this. Sucks for me. Then on top of that, my father remarries so I can't handle this with him. Sucks for me. Then I find out my father actually committed some problems with Social Security. He took money that wasn't his and spent it while the program needed it, so I got thrown out of my housing. So I end up losing my house. I found out that my father lied about Social Security, so I couldn't collect it, as well as there's a bunch of problems. And then I even protected my father by not signing the paperwork because he was about to be in trouble. Once again, sucks for me. Then my father bails out on his half of the deal, so I don't get any Social Security. Then somebody brings in illegal drugs into the house, and then I end up taking those illegal drugs because I'm an addict, and then I end up getting thrown out to the woods to live. The shelter won't take me in due to my pre-existing conditions not being properly documented. They do take me in, but there's always a problem, of course. When people are falling in the shower, that's not always a good sign. You got rapists following me on the side of the road. You got all different types of problems. Plus, I don't feel safe in there at all. So I get thrown out and I have to wait 30 days in the woods to go back in. Sucks for me. I spent 4 years living like that. Sucks for me. I get my shit together. I get sober and I ask, actually before that, I asked to be sectioned. My family tries to act like this is a big favor. I'm asking to be put into prison so that I can get treatment for these shakes. I'm treating it with alcohol. I'm treating it with anything that helps the shakes and seizures and lets me walk. And so I asked to be charged with a Section 34. That way I can go into a prison or a hospital and they can see it for themselves. So, sucks for me, I do. I first asked my family to do it, but they just act like it's some big favor, so inappropriate. They take no interest in why I'm asking. They take no interest in my condition. They don't answer the phone for the hospital. So I just asked the hospital to section me instead. Why get my family involved if they're going to act so inappropriately? So I end up trying this a different way. I have the hospital section me. I find a medication for epilepsy called Triliptal. Triliptal is a godsend. Thank God I did that. Because today, at 31, I wouldn't have this medication helping me if I didn't do that back then. So anyways, for about 9 months, I stay in. Now, luckily, I go to MATSE instead of the prison, but it's fine. That's where I discover the Triliptal. I go into a halfway house. I spend the whole year there. And then I move in with my father and my aunt. It's a big mistake. I know it is, but it's just a jumping off point, and it gives me time to go over this with them. So they see me jump like my nervous system just shocked me. They start acting inappropriately, calling me down, treating me like a sex offender for nothing, absolutely nothing. There's nothing going on but their mental illnesses again. My father's feeding into my mother's old stereotypes and her narratives that she put on me. They're making up all these crazy stories, like I'm whipping it with 1 can of whipped cream. There's 1 can of whipped cream in the fridge. And you guys come back from the beach screaming at me that I'm whipping. You can't even get high off 1 can. I know because I have whipped before. I'm not trying to say I didn't whip it before. Absolutely. I have whipped it before. I tried. I was behind a bush trying it with the real whipped cream. And when I was 20, I tried it in a balloon, but it made my seizures so bad I never did it again. Made my shakes and my neurological condition pretty bad. So I just decided that's not a drug for me. But then I have to have their fantasies. They come in, the whipped cream is flat, so it must have been whipped. And this guy is a drug addict. They must be doing all these drugs. Not even understanding how the nitrous works in whipped cream. You're going to need a couple of them. They don't even listen to me. They just go into fantasy land. And the more they go into fantasy land, the worse their fantasies get. And I try to pull them back. Hey, I was just sucking on it like a straw, eating it while playing video games. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They go into serious fantasy land to the point where I just want to tell them, fine, now shut the fuck up with your fantasies already. But I can't do that because then they'll come over and beat me probably, or smack me, or drug me, or try to do something so vindictive that it causes long-lasting harm to my body. Now, like for instance, I try to have a conversation with my father's new wife, somebody who's never seen what the rest of the family's seen. And I tell her, I want to go to college, and if I do that, I'm going to want to be put on Ritalin. Now, she's calling me down for the medications that aren't working. By the way, those medications, the doctor should have never had me on. They're following my mother's advice. I keep on going to the doctor. They give me meds. I take them as prescribed, and I get wicked sick. I can't hold a job. I can't wake up. I vomit. So then I stop taking them, and I get better. Something I realized a long time ago. But nobody wants to hear about that. Nobody. They all want more dangerous medications and less of the ones that help. And because of that, I had a lot of problems with medications. I got depressed when I was on depressants. I got psychotic when I was on antipsychotics. But yet, when you take me off of it, I do very well. I hold the job. I could never hold the job on those medications. Neither could Jasmine. Jasmine was doing a job. She was passing all her classes. She has a fist fight with her stepbrother, goes into a mental institution for 30 days, goes on antipsychotics. She comes out. She can't pass her classes. She can't work. She can't function. She can't talk right. She looks all sad and depressed. And now she's a hooker on the street selling her body for money. Yeah, those doctors sure helped her, right? Then you got Lily Beth. She ended up having her eye popped out in another country by a father that doesn't speak English, brought into this country. She ended up getting abused, drugged by doctors. Doctors fucked her up. She can't hold a job for 8 hours. But here's something funny. Neither could I until I came off the medication. I've just worked for 8 years being told I'm one of the best workers anybody's ever saw, except for I fall in my legs and I get hurt once in a while, but I get myself back up, I bleed a little bit, and I'm done. I have a physical problem with my nervous system, my kidneys, stuff like that. But thank God I fixed my mental health by not drugging myself. As long as I don't do drugs, that's pharmaceutical drugs like Seroquel, Thorazine, Trazodone, Remeron, Risperidone, Lamictal. As long as I don't stay far away from those, I have my mental health. But I also have to make sure I'm not crawling across traffic on the doctor's orders, because I do see that that is affecting me. I gotta say, crawling in public is affecting my mental health. And I've asked the doctor to do something about it for over a year now, multiple times. And they've done nothing but make things worse. They've even given me Ativan in the shoulder with no documentation. I had to go back and back and back to get the piece of paper. I don't like that. I don't like when people inject me with controlled substances and then won't give me the piece of paper that says they did it. That pisses me off. How about if I had to go to a shelter that day? What injuries did you cause by doing that? You're going to have a grown man who falls down in the cold, living outside because you didn't give him the proper paperwork when he left. If you inject a patient with drugs like Ativan, and they need that on the paper when they leave. But yet they play games with me all the time, getting me hurt. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I have a real problem. Everybody sees it. The doctors are choosing not to see it. That's going to cause a lot of problems. You cannot do that to people. You cannot malpractice people and expect them to be all cool about it. You cannot expect to sit there, have a mother lie and hurt you for 25 years, get over it, go to the doctor for black urine, and have them pretend like you want to be there and like you, oh, I want you to see this black urine. Fuck that. No, I don't. I want to get better, and I want to know why my fucking urine is black. I want to know why there's stuff coming out of my body that's black that's supposed to be yellow. Fuck all your mental bullshit and all your fantasies over there. That's what I'm here for. Give me fucking answers. No, I don't want any of that bullshit, fantasy bullshit. No, I want to know why this shit is coming out of my penis. That's what I want to know. But yet the doctors want to go in fantasy land and have me crawl around and get hurt some more. I'm so tired of it.